You ever have one of those days where you realize the folks running your neighborhood might just be crazier than the city you left behind? I swear if you'd told me 2 years ago I'd end up facing off with the HOA, the sheriff, and a parade of wannabe enforcers over a dusty old barn, I'd have laughed in your face. But here I am telling you this story. Because yeah, that happened, and honestly, it changed the way I look at community forever. So picture this. The barn door doesn't just open. It gets blown wide by Linda Paxton and her gang, all dressed in matching jackets and swinging bolt cutters like it's some badge of honor. I'm out there yelling, "Hey, leave that lock alone," but the thing's already clanging to the dirt, and right there on a hay bale, as casual as if he owned the place, sits Sheriff Emery Boots, crossed shotgun, balanced on his knees and a coffee in his hand, giving Linda that look like, "You really thought this was your show. It would have been funny if it wasn't my barn they were invading." Honestly, the signs were there. It started with those weird notices: barn in violation bird bath, too shiny, even one for excessive garden gnomes. My wife Sarah always said there was something off about the HOA hidden cameras, in mailboxes, drones, buzzing only over our place, and Mr. Jensen, the so-called bird watcher, who never once brought binoculars to his eyes. But when that letter came, inspection at 2 p.m., do not resist, no name, just cold instructions, I figured I'd call their bluff. Turns out they weren't bluffing. When they rolled up in those smug golf carts, I called the sheriff's office for help. "Sheriff's busy," the dispatcher said. Well, busy waiting inside my barn, apparently. The moment Linda snapped the lock, Emery stands, racks his shotgun for effect. Yeah, it was theatrical. And tells them straight, "Congratulations. You just broke and entered." Linda waves some HOA covenant in his face, quoting Section 43 or whatever. But Emery shuts it down. "I'm the law here, not your paperwork." And then chaos. Someone faints, one guy tries to bolt and nearly impales himself on my pitchfork. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. Right then, Sarah pulls up cool. "As you please," and walks up to Emery. "Why are you in our barn?" He points to the floor. "You know you got a trap door." I shake my head, never seen one, but he's already scraping the sawdust away, revealing a perfect outline and a handle. I pry it open, half expecting skeletons, or a bootleg whiskey still. But it's deeper than that. An old bunker shelves stacked with VHS tapes labeled by date and address, even houses that didn't exist when those tapes were supposedly filmed. Now, here's the kicker. Sarah starts digging into property records, finds out our land used to belong to a Charles Voss, one of the original HOA donors lost in some government asset seizure decades ago. Suddenly the barn feels less like my project, and more like a leftover piece in some long game I never knew I was part of. That night, after the sheriff hauls the HOA out and tapes off my barn, I'm sitting with Sarah on the porch, beer in hand. Everything way too quiet. "What do you think is on those tapes?" she asks. I wish I had an answer. But before I can even fake one, there's another letter in the mailbox. Same type, same threat, now talking about property reassignment. I spot binoculars glinting in the dark. This place isn't just weird. It's watching us. The next morning I wake up to find a dead squirrel nailed to our door citation pinned to its chest. Unauthorized wildlife interference. I just stand there, bathrobe flapping, and for the first time I'm genuinely creeped out. Sheriff Emery says he took all the tapes, but won't show me a thing. Just laughs, says, "Not everything's for public consumption." Sarah's not having it, so she starts digging up more dirt. She always was smarter than me. Then comes the twist I didn't see coming. Melanie Cartwright's granddaughter shows up, bag full of tapes, eyes wild. "My grandpa's missing," she says, "and you're the only normal people left." Turns out Cartwright had gotten spooked, started hiding tapes in his walls, even called her to say if he disappeared, find us. I can't tell you what it feels like to realize your neighbor trusted you with his secrets more than the police. We watch the tape's grainy footage of HOA meetings, bribes changing hands, people dragged away by board members, not cops. Sarah's theory: it's not surveillance, it's blackmail. We sneak into the HOA office, find a binder labeled Presidential Access Only red stickers on files of residents marked for removal. As we're leaving, we overhear Linda and Emery arguing something about accelerating the plan. They know Melanie's snooping, before I can make sense of any of it. Linda shows up at our house, hair wild hands, shaking shoves a flash drive into Sarah's hand. "You're already on the list," she whispers. "They'll come for you." But maybe you're the only ones who can stop this." And just like that, she disappears. Sarah cracks the drive. She's got tech skills I didn't know about, and finds spreadsheets on asset retention homeowners listed as keep or discard audio logs of secret meetings, plans to provoke us into violations and force us out. We call Sarah's friend Rachel a journalist who knows how to handle this kind of heat. She looks over. The file says, "This will blow everything up, but you'll have a target on your back the size of Texas." We're already in too deep to back out. At the next HOA meeting, I walk in with a projector play. The tapes bribe, secret surveillance, everything. The room goes dead quiet, then explodes. Board members run neighbors. Shout, one guy throws a handbook at Emery's head. I leave the projector running, the chaos echoing behind me. That night, they try to torch my barn. I catch it in time, but it's a warning this fight just got real. The next day, federal agents show up, tell us we might have compromised an ongoing case. Emery, now looking like he aged 10 years, overnight admits he thought going along with the HOA was better than the alternative. Maybe it was for him, not for us. So we call a town meeting, not in the clubhouse, but out on the soccer field. I tell everyone, this isn't just Oak Ridge Meadows. It's any place where rules get used as weapons, where people in power think they're untouchable. We vote, throw out the old board, start fresh. I get named interim president, which is about as appealing as eating glass. But first thing I do is freeze all violations, demand an audit, and call in the feds. Weeks pass. Board members scatter the sheriffs. Suspended My Barn is now a neighborhood archive, and still I get one last letter on my mat. "See you soon. Code 43 Compliance Unit." Sarah laughs, says, "Guess we're not done yet." I tell her now. We know what we're up against, so that's my story at least for now. But I gotta ask, what would you do if your peaceful little neighborhood was hiding secrets like this? Would you fight, or would you run? Drop a comment, share your own story. I want to hear what you think about right, wrong, and the kind of justice that actually keeps a community together. Because sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones running the HOA.